Hi, my name is Sarina. I was in practicum for the 2024-2025 school year. I started practicum by shadowing at Seton Medical Center. Then after that, there was only a few weeks left before winter break, so I shadowed a surgeon, ICU director, and ER doctor. During the second semester, I shadowed at a vet clinic for the rest of practicum. My top 5 moments from practicum this year were number one was I went to the hospital for 6 hours because the surgeon had a bunch of surgeries planned that day. I got to see a robotic hernia surgery, which was where the surgeon controls robotic arms using a separate device to make precise incisions to repair the hernia. I got to see the 4D imaging that the surgeon could see on his screen as he performed, and the inside of the body from a camera that they placed in the lower torso. The anesthesiologist would talk about what he was administering to the patient and what he would watch for throughout the surgery. It was definitely the highlight of this year, and I got to see the advanced technology mesh with medicine. Number 2 was I saw a gallbladder removal surgery because the patient had stones in the gallbladder, which happened a few hours after the robotic hernia. We went to the actual surgical rooms for this one, which meant I had to wear scrubs. They put a camera in the torso so they could see inside, but no robotic arms were used. Instead, there were small pinchers that the surgeon could laser away at the gallbladder with and also cut into it. It smelled really bad because they were burning the gallbladder so it would get cauterized and not bleed out. After the surgery, the surgeon let me hold the gallbladder, which still smelled really bad, but you could feel the stones inside. Number 3 was I shadowed with an ER doctor who was my dad. I went in the evening after school because he wasn't working during practicum time. The part that was exciting during the hours was when an older man came in from an EMS and was going through cardiac arrest. It was very chaotic, and I felt like I was in the way, but the nurses urged me forward so I could see what he was doing, which was cutting an incision above the heart to put a tube in. The nurses around him were trying to stabilize the patient as my dad was working. Once the man was stabilized, they quickly moved him to the ICU. Number 4 was while I was at the vet clinic, I got to see so many different animals, though mostly just cats and dogs. There was one cat that was brought in a few weeks ago that was scheduled for a spay, which is where the ovaries are removed from the cat so it can't get pregnant. The cat's stomach was really big and round, so the vet decided to do an ultrasound, but they found out the cat was pregnant with 6 little kittens. Later on, the vet techs did an x-ray and you could see all the little skeletons because the cat was only a week away from delivery. It was the cutest thing ever because there were so many little skulls and paws. Number 5 was my dog is a patient at the vet clinic that I shadowed at, and over spring break, she was scheduled for a dental cleaning. The vet let me come in with my dog and stay to watch the cleaning, and I got to see how she was under anesthesia, which was really interesting because she was just so quiet, and I even got to cut her nails. The vet let me clean some of her teeth because she was my dog, which looks way easier than it is, but it was really hard not digging in too hard with the cleaning tools, or else you'll damage the teeth. And because some of her teeth were really bad, the vet had to remove a few, so I also got to see them try to open her jaw, which apparently is not as wide open as most dogs. After her dental was done, though, I stayed in to see her wake up from the anesthesia, where she woke up really groggy and was out of it and didn't really recognize me at all, so it was really weird. Something I recommend is definitely don't feel shy, and you can follow them anywhere. You can ask them any questions because they'll definitely let you follow them anywhere because you're there to shadow, but also they'll definitely want to answer your questions so that you can better understand what they do. These were my top 5 moments from practicum and definitely the highlights of the year. I definitely really enjoyed practicum and I wish I could do it again. My name was Sarina Shah, and thank you for listening to my video.